I first felt the desire to be a priest when I was 6 years old, but it took me 50 years to answer the call. I did spend some time in the seminary in my mid-20s with the Franciscans, but I thought, I don't have what it takes to be a priest. But my pastor, Father Andrei Churowski, more recently told me, no one has what it takes to be a priest. It's God's priesthood. He said, instead, think about what God can do through you and with you. Through his encouragement then, I completed the seminary and I'm ordained. But I grew up Roman Catholic. A number of years ago, visiting Madonna House in Canada, somebody gave me a picture of Metropolitan Andrei Sheptytsky. I didn't know who was in the picture, but I felt he wanted to pray for me, so I put the icon in my icon corner. And a few years later, I met Father Andrei Churowski, and he had the same picture, and he told me whose prayers I'd been asking. So through the prayers of Metropolitan Andrei, and through the invitation of Father Andrei, I joined the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church and pursued my vocation.
Як семінарист єпархії Святого Миколая проводжу свої літні канікули в Чикаго, де активно долучаюся до служіння в єпархії. Я виконую своє піддияконське служіння, прислуговуючи біля Преосвященного владики Венедикта. Також я проводжу табір, вишкіл для вівтарників, які прислуговують в храмах Чикаго. І десь дві мети є цього табору, два завдання – це навчити хлопців прислуговувати, які є біля престолу, а також незалежно від їхнього майбутнього, можливо, з них хтось захоче бути священником, монахом, чи хтось одружиться, але десь дати ці добрі християнські цінності і відповідальність, вміти брати відповідальність за себе, за своїх близьких.
After studying in Rome for 5 years at the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, I developed a great passion to serve the church as a priest. And so, at the urging of a friend of mine, I contacted Bishop Benedict about becoming a seminarian for the Chicago Eparchy. He accepted me as a seminarian for the Chicago Eparchy last summer, and in the fall I began studying at the Lviv Seminary with 200 other brothers from different eparchies in Ukraine, living, praying, and working in common. Whereas my formation in Rome had largely been intellectual, this formation had focused on preparing me for future ministry. Usually at the seminary, our day begins early in the morning where we gather in the seminary church for matins and liturgy. What an experience it is. We have over 200 male voices singing in the choir. You can just imagine how great it is. The rest of our day is spent in classes, whether academic or language. Some of my favorite classes this year were Typicon, liturgical year, and the liturgical practicum course.
At the beginning of my time here as an American seminarian in Lviv, the most difficult thing for me that I had to face, to experience was, I think, loneliness. The seminarians here studied together for 7 years, and they know each other very well, and they have all of their classes together, but as a transfer seminarian, I had classes with all the different courses at once, and didn't get to know any one group of seminarians very well. On top of that, my language was not, my understanding of Ukrainian was not what it is now, certainly was nowhere near fluent, and so I wasn't able to communicate and to make friends quite as well as one would have hoped. Of course, after being here now for almost 3 years, I've improved quite a lot, and so I can speak with everyone, and I can listen to lectures and everything that's necessary quite well.
Until I decided to become a seminarian, or until God decided to call me as a seminarian, I didn't realize that I could really serve in the church. So now I get an ample opportunity to discern what that service is to look like, whether that is to be a deacon or a priest. But I do know this: God has a plan. God knows exactly what He's doing with everyone that He uses, that He calls. So I am happy being here in Lviv, studying at the seminary, and learning more about myself as well as what it is that God is calling me to do. And I am glad to be here with my brothers. So thank you.